Hey bookworms and Gilmore Girls fans. Okay, picture this. Rory's got 5 minutes before her next class. She's got a coffee in one hand and Lorelai just texted her something chaotic. She pulls out a book. Short, clever and totally binge-worthy. That's the vibe here. It's back to school season, Stars Hollow style. Chilly mornings, plaid skirts and coffee. A lot of coffee. Let's dive in, and yes, snacks are encouraged, preferably pie, with a strong cup of coffee that's been reheated at least twice. So let's start with the book that inspired this video, Monster Calls by Ness. This is an amazing book. This is a novel about love, loss and hope. It has 236 pages, but you will love every sentence on these pages. This novel tells us the story of Connor, who deals with his mother's illness and with the bullying at school. And one night he is visited by a monster that is a massive ancient tree-like creature who shares 3 powerful stories with Connor. This book is amazing. This book masterfully explores themes of grief, healing, of courage. It's a book that, in my opinion, everyone should read. And I think this book will stay with you long after you finish it. If you are not really into books, there is an equalization based on this book, and I think the equalization is also amazing. So just watch the equalization, but if you want to read something thought-provoking, if you want to read something that will stay with you for a very long time, I really recommend this book. So this is A Monster Calls by Ness. Next we have a book that I've read in Russian, but it's translated from French. So this is 95 pounds of hope, or in French, 35 kilos d'espoir. This book has only 96 pages, so you will read it in a sit, and it has a lot of illustrations. This is a heartfelt story about Gregory, or Gregoire, who is a 13-year-old boy who struggles in school and feels misunderstood by everyone around him. This book is also about his relationship with his grandfather. This book, it's a touching reminder that even the smallest encouragement can change someone's life. I think this is an amazing book. It's a very short book, but it's a very interesting work by French author Anna Gavalda. Now, let's talk about Animal Farm, my favorite book of all time, written by George Orwell. And if you've been on my channel for a while, you know that this is my favorite book of all time. This is an amazing book. And I think everyone should read this book. If you want to take a book from this video, please take this one, because it's an amazing book and you should read it. I know that everyone is talking about 1984, also by George Orwell. That one is like a classic masterpiece. But in my opinion, this one is better. This one is shorter, there is not a lot of philosophy going on here, and it's an amazing book, like a truly amazing book. And this classic novella is an allegory to Russian Revolution and a cautionary tale about power and corruption. This book is set on a farm where animals overthrow their human owner to establish their own rule. I love that they established, I think, 10 rules here. And these rules are changing throughout the book. This story highlights how idealism can be twisted into tyranny. And it's a sharp book, it's a thought-provoking book, and it's an incredible book that everyone should read, in my opinion. So this is Animal Farm by George Orwell. And the next book that I'm going to show you is The Little Prince, or Le Petit Prince, Prince, I don't know how to pronounce it in French, by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. And I read this book in Romanian. I read this book twice. One time like 10 years ago, I think, and I've reread it several years ago again. And I must say that I've loved it more the first time that I've read it. If you can find the book with the original illustrations, because there are a lot of illustrations in this book, just go and find the one with the original illustrations. So good. And this book has around 100 pages. So this is a philosophical tale about a young prince who travels across planets, and he is learning about love, about friendship, he's learning about the nature of humanity, and it's filled with these whimsical illustrations. And I think you will not get bored reading this book because it's very tiny. It will make you think. And I love when a book, like a book as simple as this one, makes you think. Like, this is the best feeling in the world, when a book makes you think. This book is like a hug for your soul, so if you have a rough patch in your life, I really recommend you to read this book. It's very good. For fans of romantic tragedy, I have here The Sorrows of Young Werther, or the title in German, the original title of this book, Die Leiden des jungen Werthers. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. I read this book in Romanian, but you can find it translated in English too. And this novel tells us the story of Werther, a sensitive and passionate young man who falls hopelessly in love with Charlotte, a woman who is engaged. The story is written in forms of letters. It's very raw. This is a very raw story. This story is not for everybody. It's a very niche story in my opinion. This story is about love, it's about heartbreak, it's about existential despair. It's deeply moving, and it's a classic that you should read if you are into raw emotions put on paper. It's very niche, but I like it, and I liked the ending of this book a lot. An amazing book, and a book that you could read in a day. If you are in the mood for something darker, I have here the Clockwork Orange by Anthony Burgess. I read it in Russian, and this is a very disturbing book in my opinion, like one of the most disturbing books I've ever read. But I like it, and I think that this is also a book that everyone should read, even though it's very intense, it's very thought-provoking. Yeah, I think it's a masterpiece, and it's a very niche novel. It's a very different novel. I've never read something like this before this book, and I've never read something like this after this book. This book has around 200 pages. This dystopian novel follows Alex, a teenage delinquent with a love for ultra-violence and classical music. Yeah. After being caught by authorities, he becomes part of a controversial experiment aimed at reforming his behavior. This book raises questions about morality, about free will, about the cost of social control. And it's very challenging, and it's very raw also, like this one. It's very raw, and it's very dark. Like, this is a very dark book in my opinion, but if you are into this stuff, if you ever thought about us as a society, about us as different individuals in this society, about individuals that don't really fit in our society, I think you should read this book. It's a dark book, but it's a book that will make you think. You will either love or hate this book, but this book will make you think. Now it's time for something light and fun. And I have here Pumpkinheads by Rainbow Rowell and Erin Hicks. I've read this graphic novel, I think 4 or 5 times. Like, I am rereading this book religiously every autumn around Halloween, because it has these Halloween vibes, this Halloween atmosphere, and I just love this graphic novel. Oh, I love it so much. And just look at these illustrations. They're amazing. It's so colorful, so happy, like, I love this book so much. This book has around 200 pages. Yeah, you can read this graphic novel in one sit, I think, because it's a page turner. This is a perfect graphic novel for fall, but also if you are in a bad mood and you want something light to read, I really recommend Pumpkinheads because it's an amazing read. This book it's about two best friends, Deja and Josiah, and they both work at a pumpkin patch. They're about to go to college and they decide to make their last shift unforgettable. It's packed with charming illustrations, with autumn vibes, and it's a very sweet story. I've read it so many times. I think I know these people. Like they could be my friends. Very nice graphic novel. This is Pumpkinheads by Rowell and Erin Hicks. For a feminist classic, I recommend The Yellow Wallpaper by Charlotte Perkins Gilman. This book is about 50 pages long. It's very short, but it's a powerful and haunting story about a woman prescribed rest cure for her mental illness, and this woman becomes obsessed with her yellow wallpaper. You can see this wallpaper here on the cover. Yeah, this story is about mental illness, about autonomy, about the social expectations. I don't think that this is a book, even it's more like a short story, but I like the themes in this book slash short story. This book will leave you in a very sad state. It's a very sad book, and also it's a very raw book. The writing style, it's very raw, but I read it 2 times and it was a very sad and deeply emotional read for me. I really recommend this book, The Yellow Wallpaper, or I recommend you to read Herland. In this book I had both. So Herland is around 150 pages long. Herland is about an all-female utopia, and it's very interesting to read about an all-female utopia or female-only society. It's interesting. So I recommend them both. If you don't have a lot of time, just read The Yellow Wallpaper, but if you have a bit more time, read Herland. And if you love The Yellow Wallpaper but you think that it was too short and it lacked something for you, also I recommend to read Herland. It's very thought-provoking and it's an interesting and unique read, in my opinion. Next up, we have a book that my mom used to read me when I was little, and this is Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie. I've read it like 2 years ago, I think, and this brings back so many childhood memories to me. Like, this is an amazing tale to me, because I remembered Wendy and Peter and the Darling and Captain Hook. Like, yeah, it brings back so many memories, and I love this story so much. This enchanting tale follows Peter, Wendy, and the last boys as they go on magical adventures in Neverland. They fight with Captain Hook. Like, it's very nostalgic to me to read. It's a story of wonder, nostalgia, and the bittersweet nature of growing up. You can read this story to your children, or you can read this story yourself, because this is an amazing story for all ages. And finally, we have Days at the Morisaki Bookshop by Satoshi Yagisawa. And it's also a very tiny book, around 170 pages long. It's a very quiet and heartwarming story about Takako, a woman recovering from heartbreak who moves into her uncle's bookshop in Tokyo. Through her interactions with customers and the rediscovery of books, she finds healing and a sense of belonging. And I think this is truly amazing when you can find a sense of belonging somewhere. This book is a perfect pick for book lovers, because this is a book about books. This is a book for people who love gentle, introspective stories, quiet stories, like very slow-paced stories. It's a good book. It's not my favorite, I must say that. It's not my favorite book. But if you want something quiet, if you want something that will transport you into a bookshop, if you want to read more about books, this is a very good book to read. So there you have it. 10 incredible short books that prove that you don't need hundreds of pages to tell a great story.
Well, yes.
So, which one caught your eye? Let me know in the comments, and share your favorite short book recommendations in the comments. And thank you so much for watching, and see you next time. Bye!